Hit stream. Ready. Hello, everyone. Oh, I'm out of the screen. Look at this. Look who's with me. It's Cathy Miller. We're so excited to be with you today. Oh, it looks as if my lips might be off. It looks like there might be a little bit of a delay. I'm not sure what's going on. If it is, I'm really, really sorry. I'm not sure. It's been 2 weeks since I've been here. I'm so excited to be with you. We are, hello, Denise. We are really excited to be with you tonight. We have three cars. I designed one, Cathy designed one, and at about 5:30, we decided it was time for us to put a card together for a third one. So thank you for sharing and liking it, Julie. I appreciate that. We're really, really excited to be with you. And I think my lips might be off from what it's looking like. If it is, I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on. It could be an internet issue. Who knows? So it's technology. This is why we don't do Facebook Lives anymore.
Yep. Just struggle with the technology. So yeah, I'll just come and visit Sarah.
Looks like we got Sarah News jumped on and Jeanne. Thank you so much for joining us. Um, I what was I going to say? For those of you that don't know Cathy, this is Cathy Miller. We met through stamping.
Yes, we did.
So Kelly, our upline, had a little get together and said, if you're interested in being a demonstrator, come. And Cathy was basically the first demonstrator that I met. So we're really, really excited to be with you tonight. So I did get a little bit of a happy mail while I was out. I received this card in the mail. Whoops, I don't know if the lights are a little bit. This is from Sister Ellen. So I think I mentioned I have three aunts that are nuns, and two of them are at Manitowoc. And when I had my stamp sale, my mom took some of the paper that I had and she ended up gifting it to Sister Ellen because she makes cards. Hello, Nancy, and hello, let's see who else is on there. Mary Stamps. We're so excited you're with us. So anyway, she was sending me a thank you note for that, and she wanted to know if I could possibly maybe come and show the sisters how to make some cards. So I took her up on that, and on August 4th, I'm going to be going to the convent, and so far there are 10 sisters who are signed up. So we'll see how many more we get. Then look at this beautiful card. I love this big pack of paper. This is from Kay Van Eperen, and she was thanking me for a stamp set that she won for placing an order. So excited. So thank you very much for the happy mail. I do want to let you know of, I think maybe you saw this on my Facebook page, but right now our bonus days are going on. We did this a couple of years ago. They didn't do it last year. Maybe it's been like 2 or 3 years.
A couple of years, I think.
Yeah. So what this is if you place an order between July 6th and 31st, and it totals $50, you get a $5 coupon to spend in the month of August. So if you spend $100, you actually get two $5 coupons. All of us are pretty used to this because Kohl's does that all the time, right? You always get the $5 coupons from Kohl's. The thing is, um, if you do this or if you take advantage of this, um, you will have to, you'll get an email that has a coupon code. You have to save those. I do not get a copy of that. So in the past, I've had people reach out to me and they're like, can you let me know what that code was? I can't find that email.
No.
Yeah, I can't. We don't get it sent to us. And so you have to make sure that you keep track of that. So if it's putting it in a folder somewhere, if you know how to do that in your email or writing it down somewhere so that you have it, just make sure that you do that. And Sometimes Kohl's is really good at saying, oh, it's 2 days late. You can still use it. Stampin' Up's not that way. So you will have to use it in the
Use
month
it
of
or lose
August.
it.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want to lose it, right? You want to be able to get that free stuff. So, all right. I have some prizes to give away. And I'm going to start with the cards. So we did the one sheet wonder last time. And so we had this stack. So we had this card right here, and we did this one. And Tammy Litsky, I don't know if you looked, Cathy, but she ended up doing this one sheet wonder, and she posted hers, and they were so pretty. And then this one right here. Now, I did have another stack of these. I don't know where they went. They're probably buried in all of our stuff here somewhere. But all of my samples, oh, here, no, that's not them either. They're here somewhere. I have another set. So I decided I'm going to give two of these away. No, those aren't them either.
That's not them.
Those are extras. So I'm not sure where they are, but I know I have them. So receiving one set of these four cards is Karen Karst. Is Karen on your team?
No.
Okay.
Nope, she's not on mine.
Okay. So Karen,
Kathy.
okay, so you are going to be getting these, Karen. And then receiving the other pack when I find them. They're buried here somewhere. We know that we saw, oh, they're right there, Kathy.
Oh, right here.
She can probably reach them better than me.
Go.
Yeah. So here's the others. So this is the other way that you could use some of them. Receiving these is Linda Kester. So Linda, I will get those out in the mail to you. All right. And I think my lips are, doesn't it look like my lips are off? I think they are. And I don't know why it happens like that sometimes. So what does it say? Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, I'm so excited to go to the convent. It's going to be fun. Then for sharing, so anytime you hit the share button, and you can share on Facebook, you can share on YouTube, wherever you want to, and receiving a pack of this pool party ribbon, one of my favorite ribbons of all time, is Mary Linsmeyer. So Mary, I will get this out in the mail to you. Yay! And then we're placing an order. So anytime you place an order, and I do have my host code, let's see, I always have to go the opposite way. Right there. If it's under $150, if you would use that host code, it helps me to purchase all of these prizes that I give away. So receiving this, I love this stamp set because it has so many different occasions that you can use. So there's a thank you and a congrats and a happy birthday, and then there's little things that you can either put underneath these big ones or on the inside of your card. Sending hugs and love when words aren't enough. Like perfect. With all my heart, and there's some little hearts that you can do on the outside and then fill in. Kind of a fun set. So receiving this is Amanda Shabo. And I don't know if I saw Amanda on here or not. Thank you for sharing, Sarah and Denise. I really appreciate it. So I will get this in the mail to you, Amanda. All right, that's what we have for prizes. I did announcements. Anything else?
Oh gosh, I can't think of anything. I think we need to stamp.
I think we need to stamp. Okay, I think I'm going to go first. So I'm going to go ahead and flip to my other, and hopefully we don't get disconnected tonight, because that's the thing that always gets frustrating, right? So I'm going to show you a card that I received in a swap. All of these are cards that I received in a swap, and Cathy received, well, actually, one is she made in a swap, and we just kind of redesigned them. So this was made by the wonderful Jay Shante. We love Jay's cards. Both of us have said Jay's cards are the best. So she used, and we're going to use this paper for one of the cards that we're making later. But hers is landscape. We're going to do this same type of card where you actually, if you look, she basically used both sides of the designer series paper. So this first card that I'm going to make, I'm going to just turn it, and we're going to make it so that it's portrait rather than landscape. And we are going to be using the inked and tiled set again. So I have, let's see what I have here. I have a card base of Calypso Coral that is 5.5 by 4.25. I have, this is some of the petal pink. Yes, thank you. 5 1/4 by 4. I lose my mind when I'm on there. Now that doesn't look like it's right, does it? One of these is wrong. I'll have to check on those. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I scored this at 2 3/4. Kathy will get my trimmer for me. I kind of got buried. Oh, it's over there somewhere. And then I have two Very Vanillas that are 2 1/2 by 4. And then this is my designer paper. So this measures 5 3/4 by 5. And then on the 5 3/4 side, I scored it at 2 inches. Now, if you do have a paper that is a certain direction, you do have to make sure that you have it in the correct direction. So this would have looked really funny if I had it upside down since it's kind of branches. So I made sure that I had it going in the correct direction when I scored it. Let's see. What do we got going on here? I think this one has to be trimmed. Should be 5 1/4 by 4. So 5 1/2. All right. I just took something out of my scrap thing, and so that's why. Okay, so there we go. So I need to get my sample here. We are going to be using the inked and tiled stamp set. Some scraps here. So we're going to be using the inked and tiled stamp set. I've used this quite a bit. It's one of my favorite. I just absolutely loved it. I think I mentioned once that they did a video that kind of showed how they made the paper. And what they did was they took actual flowers and dipped them in paint and then pressed them onto the paper to make some of the prints that you see on the paper. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff. I'm gonna stack these up so that I have them for later. I do have to take pictures and type this all up yet, so it probably won't be. I have the day off tomorrow. I do think I have to go into work, unfortunately, for a little bit, but I'm gonna set those there. We are going to be using, I put the colors here, but I'm really probably not going to be using these stamp sets. I also have the Stampin' Write markers, and I'm going to probably be doing the markers on some of these so that I can change some of the colors of the flower from the petals. So this is Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, Calypso Coral, and Crushed Curry, which are the colors that are in this paper. And I'm going to bring my Stampin' Write markers over. We also, with this, have two punches. This is one of them. There's a little bit of a glare on there. This is the punch that we're going to be using. And then this works very nicely with our shapes, stylish shapes, the very small, the smallest of the squares. Okay, and if you look, let me go ahead and punch one of these out.
I'm learning something tonight. I didn't know that.
I got this in a swap from Susie Wood.
Okay.
She had done this, and look at that. It fits like perfect in there. Isn't that awesome? So when I saw that, I was like, oh, Susie Wood, that is just so ingenious. So I decided I was going to use it. We are also going to be using the ribbon that's with this, which is the Lost, I think this is Lost Lagoon. Yes, it is. Lost Lagoon. And it's called bordered ribbon. Okay. And then we are also going to be using these ombre dots. There's some Calypso Coral. I don't know if those are Coastal Cabana. They could probably be used with Coastal Cabana and Pool Party. That's what's so nice about the ombre ones because there's a couple of different colors you could use with it. So that is that. So let's go ahead and start with our stamping. So I'm going to start with some Calypso Coral. And I'm going to take this little square. I always like to have a little scrap paper underneath me. And I'm going to take this stamp that says Hello Friend because I could use that then for anything. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this is straight. I think I have this on here straight. It looks pretty straight. Now this is always the challenge. I have to look over the top of my camera. That looks pretty good.
Good to me.
I'm winning already. All right. I'm also going to take my two Very Vanillas, and I'm going to start with this smaller one, and this is going to go on the inside of my card. And I'm just going to take the Lost Lagoon, And I'm going to try really hard just to get the bottom part of this stamp. Okay, and then I'm going to come in and rather than trying to stick that in a stamp pad, which is going to be petal pink, and chance ending up getting a whole bunch of this dark blue in my petal pink, I'm going to use my Stampin' Write marker and I'm going to, using the side of it, not the tip, because you don't want to damage your tip, I'm just going to go ahead and I probably should have put a post-it note on here when I stamped in there to make sure that I didn't go too far. I'm going to just try to do my best here. I'm going to huff on it a couple of times and just going to put that down in the corner. Now my flowers aren't the darkest, but I think it's going to do. And then we've got lots of love that we're going to send. You could leave that blank if you wanted to as well. All right, when I said I could have used some post-it notes. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Got some post-it notes here. I'm going to cover, I can probably rip this in half. I'm going to cover that one. And let's see, I probably shouldn't have ripped it in half because I need the sticky part down here. Okay, I'm going to cover that. And I'm going to bring my ink pad in. And I'm going to ink up all of that. Then you want to remove the sticky notes. And I'm going to go ahead and color one of these flowers, making sure I'm not getting disconnected. So I'm getting way too into this, not paying attention. And then the other one I'm going to do in crushed curry. And I'm using the broad tip and not the fine tip on these. Now you don't get as dark of an image when you do this, so if you wanted to, you could try to put it in your stamp pad, but I find that I try my hardest and I still end up getting ink inside of another ink. Gonna huff on it again. Looks like I got a little bit of something on that, so I'm gonna tip this over, or turn it over. Make sure I get that pressed nice and good there. That looks pretty good, right? Awesome. Isn't that pretty? Perfect. All right, and now I think I'm going to take this and I'm going to add that up here yet. So again, I'll go ahead and use my scrap. I think that'll be good there. And I'm just going to try to get the bottom part here. Whoops, my post-it note wasn't very sticky anymore. And again, we'll use the petal pink. Trying to be careful not to run it into that Lost Lagoon at all, because I don't want to smear that and I don't want to get the Lost Lagoon into my marker. Huff on it again. And there we go. So we've got our floral image. Now the last time that I used this a couple of weeks ago, oh, thanks, Karen. I did have a great vacation. I'll tell you guys some news as we're going along. When I used this the last time, I was using actually one of Cathy's cards that I absolutely loved. Actually, I'm going to keep these here. I think we're going to do something on our envelope yet because I didn't have a lot of that paper left. So I think I'm going to put a floral image on here. I think I'm going to use this one again. But last time I used Cathy's, as I was saying, and I ended up putting that on scrap paper and cut it out. How pretty was that? This time I wanted to do something just a little bit different. And because we've got the fun fold, that kind of adds a lot to this card. I thought, well, instead of doing that, we will use our marker. It's kind of a different technique if you haven't done it before. I do want to make sure, because I haven't cleaned these in between, I want to make sure I'm coloring the same flower with the same color. Otherwise, I'd have a real mess.
Muddy flower.
I'd have a really muddy flower. Yeah, I don't think the Calypso coral and the crushed curry would make a very good color together. So I'm just going to go ahead and along the side here, just go ahead and add that. And I'm not going to even put the other side on. I'm just going to leave it like that so that there's enough room to write. Oh, thanks, Kathy.
No naked envelopes.
No naked envelopes. Although I find sometimes I end up sending them out. Like I had to send some out in a hurry, and I was like, oh shoot, I don't have an envelope done. That's why it's nice to do the envelope while you're making it, because otherwise you don't have time, and it's like, oh, I didn't go out with an envelope. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to just get attached to here. Kathy did a nice job of cutting that to the right size for me. I cut this morning, and I must have not have done a very good job. So we're just going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue. And I have to say, I said to Kathy, I don't know why I'm so nervous. I shouldn't be nervous because you're here. Karen said she heard you.
Oh.
Yes, she's here. All right, this is going to go on here. So this is just like how this flipped up like that. We're just turning it to the side. So this is going to go on here. So you could make this either way once you have the dimensions. Depends on what you're going to be using for your stamp and your DSP and all of that.
And it's a great way to use up your DSP.
It is, and it's a great
everybody
way.
hoards it, right?
I know, right?
Yep.
And you get to see both sides. Sometimes it's like hard to put one side down because you're like, oh, but I like that side too. All right, so this is going to be our front. And so this is going to open up the opposite way. So we're going to have it opening up with the fold on the right-hand side. So we'll go ahead and put that down. Making sure I'm still staying connected. I have a tendency, I don't know if you watch me all the time, Kathy, but my phone for some reason seems to always want to get disconnected. That's kind of, we have tried to figure out if it's because somebody calls me or we're not sure. So we just go with it. We're getting used to it. Go with the flow. All right, so now I can go ahead and I can just open this up completely. And here's my score line, and I'm going to try to center it on there as best I can, top and bottom and right and left. And then this will just pop in there afterwards. And I'm probably going to have to use my bone folder. I probably should have done that before. And we'll go ahead and do that as well. All right, we need to use this greeting. And I don't even know where my punch went. I punched it out. I know I punched it out. We'll just punch another one out. I think I have another piece of scrap here. It's got to be here somewhere. Who knows? But there we go. We punched another one out. Now we want to make sure we don't lose that one.
It'll be underneath our papers.
It's probably underneath something here. Probably underneath here. Who knows? But we got another one. So we're going to go ahead and attach this. Oops, a little bit too much glue. So the big news over the break is that my niece, the oldest of all of my nieces and nephews, got engaged. So it was so fun. They actually came to Wapaka where we were. They were up in Door County when it happened. I think I have another roll of that ribbon up here somewhere.
Which one are you looking for?
The Lost Lagoon one that I just took out. Oh, goodness. See, good thing I have Kathy here for me. She can help me. So they got engaged in Door County, and that's probably where they're going to get married. That's where they're looking to get married. And so they came up to Wapaka and we celebrated. And my niece who lives in California, who's been in some of the movies that I've shared, she actually was home, and I haven't seen her since last year around the 4th of July. So it was really nice to see them. So I'm pretending like this is a bow, but it's not really a bow. It's kind of a faux bow. And I'm just going to set this in here. And I'm just going to take a little bit of Scotch tape, and I'm just going to put that right over where the knot would be. Now I could have tied it in a bow, but then that knot is really
It's
kind
gonna
of
be
bulky. Yeah. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and now I'm going to put a couple of mini dimensionals on the top and
Look at
bottom.
that. Two things I learned tonight.
What was that? The faux bow?
The faux bow. The faux bow. And I did not know that that stitched die fit in the center there.
Oh, all right. So we've got a couple of
Oh, that
dimensionals
looks
there.
nice.
I'm going to put that there and we'll trim off our ribbon just a little bit. Yeah, that faux bow helps because otherwise you've got that big knot and then putting this over there kind of looks clumsy. So it kind of helps with that. Then we have these ombre dots and we're going to put a couple of those. Let's see, I've got my take your pick tool here. And I'm just going to take a couple of them. Whoops. Set one there. And we'll put one there and maybe a bigger one. I don't know about you, but I really like the tiny ones. I always have all the big ones left. Oh, thank you, Denise. Yeah, I'm so excited. So my nephew gets married in November of this year. I have one niece that's married. I have a nephew that's getting married in November. And now Aubrey and Patrick, her fiance, they will be getting married next September. So lots of weddings coming up. Hopefully, then there's going to be babies after that. All right, so there is our finish. So this was my inspiration from the wonderful Jay Shante. See how she had the paper come down like that. And this was my interpretation of it going the opposite direction using a different stamp set, but kind of using that same. And we've got our envelope to go with it. And I think, you know what? I think what it might need yet, Kathy?
Oh, Winkostella, of
Yeah, a little bit of
course. Wink
Winkostella.
up them flowers.
We'll wink up those flowers a little bit. I do have to make sure that I don't pass any of the Calypso Coral ink on.
Yep, always clean in between.
Clean in between. And there we go. We have our first card finished. And
So
actually,
pretty.
you know what? This kind of reminds me a little bit about the card that we made together because we get to see both sides of the piece of paper as well.
Yes,
We're
yes.
using this paper, but we're going to see both sides together. All right.
Awesome.
All right. We
That
are
is
I am
so
done
pretty.
with mine and I'm going to pass
So
things over
pretty.
to Kathy. I'll clean my stuff up here and give her.
All
You need
right.
this?
Yes, I have to have that. Okay, I'll get all my stuff over here and all my pieces. All right.
Wait till you see her card. It is beautiful.
Okay, so we have here, I'm just going to pass
Get that out,
these
yeah.
over there. So we have Garden Green, Night of Navy, and Fresh Freesia. Make sure I'm in the camera here. And get my stamps over here. And what else do we need? Dimensionals. Okay, so the stamps that we are using tonight is the Darling Details. I just love, love, love these. I've made quite a few projects with this already. And the gorgeous dies that go with that. And let me see here in my little stack of layers. I have the dimensions, and I just have lots of stuff here. Let's see.
You kind of
Okay.
had a inspiration for your card too, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And you know what? I think I put
over in my
it's
thing?
in the kitchen. Yes,
Yeah,
the one that I did for Christine's swap. Using the set that you used tonight. The
Yep, here you go.
yes. Okay, so here is the card that I designed for a swap that I was in with Christine Bertram. And the name of this fold is called a double box fun fold. So you have like the two boxes here. So yeah, so this was a card I designed for that swap. Yep, it does. Yep.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love when
So-
cards do that because you can display them so well.
Right.
When somebody sends
Yes.
it to you.
And I display them on my mantle. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just going to see, where can I set this so that they will see it? Like right here.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the measurements. Okay, so let's see if oh, my envelope, we'll set that aside so I can do that. We don't need that. Okay, so let's start with our night of navy. So this measures 9 3/8 by 4 1/4. I have this scored at 3/8, 1 3/8, 2 7/8, and 3 7/8. And then I have my next night of navy that is five 5 1/8 by 3 1/2, and this is scored at 3/8 and 1 3/8. So am I still in the
You
camera
are. I'm
here?
just looking at comments.
Okay.
Someone said they
Okay.
love that fun photo card.
Okay, and then we have another scrap of navy, and we're going to need that for a really pretty die cut that we're going to do. And then I have garden green, and I have two pieces that measure 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have a layer that measures 3 1/2 by 3 1/4. And then I have fresh freesia, and this is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And I already embossed this with exposed brick. Is that right?
Oh,
Is that the
yeah.
name of that folder?
Such a
And
pretty folder.
I really struggle with this because I love both sides of the folder. Like you can really tell with some folders that,
Yep.
oh my gosh, you totally have to use this side, but you could use the side the debossed. Is that what?
Yes,
Yes,
debossed.
as well. So we have that, and then we have another layer of fresh freesia, and this measures 3 3/8 by 3 1/8. And then we have a basic white that measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. We have some scraps to do some stamping. And then we have our designer series paper, and this is from the Delightfully Eclectic. That's that big pack. Love, love, love. This is my favorite pattern, along with a pink one that you did a few weeks ago. That is also my favorite. So I think I went through one full pack of paper, and I'm on almost like halfway through, yes, this pattern. So these two are my favorite. Love them. Okay, so we have this, and then I always like putting a little strip of DSP on the inside, and this measures 5 1/8 by 3/8. Sometimes I do this at a 1/2 inch, but it just seems quite big. So I just did it at 3/8. So you can do whatever you want, right? Okay, so let's start by putting some of this together. So what we're going to do is we are going to fold, and I'm going to use Sarah's bone folder here. I left mine at home. And we are going to burnish on all the score lines. And I hope I'm doing good that you can see. Okay,
You're doing great.
I just feel like I'm.
It's been like a year, hasn't it, since you've done a
I
live?
think probably like right around October, I think was the last one that I did. So okay, so we have that one, and let's just go ahead and do this one and give that a good burnish. And our last one here. Okay, and then what we are going to do on these little 3/8 inch strips here, we are going to grab our tear-in tape and put that on there because we want it to hold. Oops, I snipped it a little too long, so I'm just going to trim that just a little bit there. On my scissors. Okay, and then the next one is right here. Okay, so there. Now that part is done. So now we are going to, pieces here, we are going to layer our fresh freesia on our green, and on my sample I think I'm going to use this side because I did the other one on my sample, and I'm going to leave Sarah with this one so she can use this for her prize next week.
I think you should do this for one of your online swaps that you have to do.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty.
Yes, yes. I should do that for one of my project sheets. Maybe the
Yeah.
virtual swap, right?
Yeah. I'll be typing up the dimensions so I can share it with you. So
There
you can
you
just copy and
go.
paste.
Okay, so
Work
you want,
smarter, not
yes,
harder.
right, absolutely. Okay, so you want to make sure that you put this layer on the inside before you start doing this, okay? Ask me why I know that. When I did one of my swaps, I think I literally had, trying to remember, how many did we have to do, Sarah? 11? Does that
I
sound
think
right?
11.
And I think I had like 6 of them done where I went ahead and did all this and
Oh, that's the
realized that I
worst.
didn't. So, yeah.
I had all mine done using an embossing folder that was on the online exclusives, and we weren't allowed to
Oh,
use them even
sure.
though it was active.
Yes.
So I
Yep.
had to go and redo mine too, and I was like,
Yeah. Oh, that's such a bummer, right? Okay, so we have that on there. So now what we're going to do is we are going to, let's do this. Let's take our tearing tape off of here. Okay, and then we are just going to fold this over. Okay, so I want to make sure that you can see this. So you don't want to go all the way all over. So you're just literally going to do just the one. And I hope this is right. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, and that's going to create your first block there. Okay, so you just yeah, so don't go extend the whole thing. So I have one, how do I explain that? The first section is laying flat, and then you just lay it straight, just like that. And then I put the DSP on here. I could have put it on the other way, but I just do it this way. Why? I don't know. I might have to get into glue here. Okay, and I think I just did glue underneath there. I hope not.
that's right.
Okay, and then I just lay it down
So pretty.
and go like that. Okay, all right, so we have that done. So now, after we have our DSP on here, we can go ahead and put this on here. Okay, so now, and here, I'm going to show you while this is still on here, okay? Because I get kind of like, now I'm kind of getting like nervous.
This is the part where you can get nervous.
Yep. Yep. Okay, so what I'm going to do is so do you see how now I have this we have our first section and then we have our DSP. Okay, just making sure that I'm in there. So now we're going to go like this. Okay, so these two sections are going to be down. So now I can take my tear and tape off of here.
Yeah, because if you didn't have that second section down, it could be hanging off the end of your card, right?
Right. Yep.
And you want to make sure that you can fit it
Yep.
in an envelope.
Yep. You want it to go in an envelope, so that's why you want to do it like this. Okay. And then that's like the main thing. And then you have this over here. So I was like getting that down first. And then we'll take another strip of tear and tape and put that right here. And just for good measure, I'm going to do another one. Just going to leave just a little space in between there. Okay, and put her down. Okay, so how am I doing?
You're doing awesome.
Okay, so
I think she should go back to having Facebook Lives or YouTube Lives, right?
Okay, so
You can
there
be a
we
guest
have.
anytime you want.
There you
Cathy. Your
go.
cards are always pretty.
Okay, so there you go. So do you see how we have the double box? So there's our double box. Okay, so now I'm just going to set this aside and then we are going to, so now we have to, actually I'm going to bring it back in here just for 1 minute, just to make sure because these are, that I have them the right way, you know, because knowing me, I would like to do something like this. Okay,
I would do
so,
that too.
yep. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my just a note.
It's kind of cool that we both picked cards that could be used for just about anything. Just a note
Right.
and hello friend,
Yep,
right?
yep. Okay, so just gonna eye this up here to make sure. And look at, I'm kind of a little shaky here too. And I didn't really have much caffeine today. Like, okay. And that looks pretty good. If it was really crooked,
Great.
I could have flipped it over. Yes, I'm trying to do, matter of fact, well, I'm a coffee drinker and I just started doing decaf just because my doctor's like, okay, you shouldn't be having that much caffeine and yada yada. So,
Oh, look at what's right there.
oh, look it, Sarah. Okay, so now we have this, and I am not doing no more stamping on this. Oh, but I do have one thing that we are going to do. Am I still under camera? Doing
You
good here that you can
are.
see me?
Just see, we got
Okay.
somebody from Alberta, Canada,
Oh,
Kathy Jean
yay!
watching
Yay,
us.
yay!
And Sandy says she's going to case your cards.
Oh, yay! You go right ahead, Sandy.
I don't mind
Okay.
when people case my cards.
No,
I take that as a compliment.
that's definitely a compliment. Okay, so I've used this set many times, and there's this really pretty die here, and I've never used it, and I thought, okay, I'm going to use it. So I am going to die cut that, and look at what I have through the magic of TV. Ta-da! Isn't that pretty?
Have you
Pretty.
put the ribbon through it too? Have you seen the
I
people put
have
ribbon through it?
seen them put ribbon through.
It's so
Yes,
cool.
yes, and yeah. So yes, it's just so pretty. It looks better on the white. See all the
It
detail
does.
with the flowers. Okay, so I am going to bring my glue in here. Whoops, that's not my glue. Where is my glue?
Is it
I don't know. This is your glue.
You can take mine.
I don't know. It's somewhere. The dog took it. We'll blame it on the dog.
Yeah, she just came in here. She probably walked off with it.
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
I was playing a
Okay.
video for Kathy. Lila gets really exhausted being up north, especially we had a lot of company. And so she gets so excited to see people that kind of tires her out. Plus, we got quite a few walks in. This morning, I took a video of her. She was snoring so loud that I couldn't even sleep. It was horrible.
It's so funny. Okay, and then I'm just gonna snip the ends off. Okay, isn't that just so pretty?
So
Oh
cute.
my gosh, I love it. Okay, so now we are going to adhere that to our garden green layer.
Mary, it's okay that you're late. This is Kathy, actually, that's doing the card right now. Um, and I did my card, and Kathy's doing hers, and then we're going to do one together.
Yes. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and put this on here right away just so I don't drop it in an ink pad or do something goofy like that. Yep, yep, me too. Glue it on. Just get it done and over with, right? Okay, am I still good?
You are.
Okay.
If you notice, I have a little bit of a different setup today because both of us couldn't fit at my desk. So we moved over to my counter, and I had to kind of jimmy rig everything. So we don't have the most space here, but
this is working out great. Okay, so now we're going to set that aside, and I'm going to bring in my scraps of white. We'll set that aside, and that goes under there. And now we're going to do some stamping. Okay, so we are going to stamp our flower. So we have the outline of the flower, and we have the flower, the center. So we are going to stamp the center with fresh freesia. Whenever I have photopolymer, I just kind of like letting it set for a little bit so the ink
marinate, right?
Yeah, marinate. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Whoops, I only need to do two. Okay, and then I'm going to grab.
Jay loves your colors, Kathy.
Yay, thank you, Jay. Okay, and then I am going to, can I stamp on this?
Yeah.
I'm going to stamp off because I want it just a tad lighter. I didn't want it to be too bright.
Pretty.
And look at that. And then we're going to do that one more time. Sometimes I struggle. Do I do the outline first and then the center? Do I do the center and then the outline? It depends upon the day. Some day I do it one way and another day I do it another way.
And some stamps I find easier to do one way or another way. Like sometimes if I'm doing the inside really light, it can sometimes be hard to see where the edge of it is because the color is so light. So then I like to do the outline first.
Right.
But like with this, you could really see the purple, so you could really make sure that you were
Right.
outlining it.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Isn't it pretty? So, through the magic of TV, we have them all die cut and they're all ready to go. Aren't they pretty? Okay, so now we have to do the leaves. So we are going, and actually I think we're done with the ink pads. So let's cover them up. And then we have our garden green and my other scrap. So we are going to do the outline. There. And the center. And this one I'm going to stamp off on. Oops. Am I good or am I off camera?
Nope, you're good.
Good.
Okay. You are good. I do have it a little bit closer to me with having it here than when I have it at my desk. It's kind of nice.
Yes.
Because usually I pull it closer to me and it's like, oh, I'm out of the camera.
Yep, yep. Okay. So we are going to die cut those, and through the magic of TV, there are the leaves. Okay, so we are all done with the stamps. So let's get those out of the way and bring our card back in here. Okay, so now we are going to grab some dimensionals. We are going to pop these up here. And we're going to do our ribbon first, but I just want to get these on here. So we are all ready to rock and roll. Whoops, and that one came off. One of these did. Okay, and then for here, I think, let's see if I can get this here, and then we'll use some little ones. And I'm not going all the way to the edge with those, just so they don't hang over the card. I'm probably gonna have to do that one in the middle.
I can tell it that it probably happened to you, and that's why you know that.
Yep.
There was one of them hanging out.
Yep.
See, we all learn from mistakes, right? That's what I always tell the kids in school too. It's okay to make mistakes. That's when most learning takes place.
Right. We'll just put that right in there. Okay, so now I'm going to bring my ribbon in that was here. Here it is. Oh, look, and here's mine.
There's your tear and tape.
My tear and tape. Find. Gosh,
see my stuff, and there's a green ribbon right up there too.
Oh,
It.
Sarah's got everything. Okay, so I'm done stamping. So let's cover these up. And then I'm just going to do a simple knot with this. So we're just going to feed this through. I'm not going to do a fancy bow or anything because I think it's busy enough. Okay, how am I doing? Am I still in camera?
You are.
Okay.
You're doing great. Isn't she doing great? You guys can give her a heart or give her a thumbs up.
Okay. I just feel like I'm fumbling when I'm tying bows here. Okay. Woohoo! Okay, there's our ribbon. So we'll just throw that over there.
I'll rewind it for you, Cathy.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is fun.
We're just throwing things around.
We're just throwing things around. No big deal. We're all good. Nobody's getting hurt.
Lila wasn't here. It didn't fall on her head or
anything.
anything.
Okay, so now we're going to take the dimensionals off here. And I'm just going to throw them on Sarah's desk. Okay, and I'm going to place that one there. That one already fell off. Okay, and then we'll maybe put this one up here like that.
Got a thumbs up
And
and a heart from Karen.
yay, yay. Okay, and look, I have a brand new Wink of Stella here. So
Oh,
let's
the best.
wink up the flower. They
I
were
really
on.
wish that you could see that on the camera, but you never can. It
Yeah,
doesn't, like, there's so much glitter when you look at it here, and then I look at the camera and I'm like, oh, they couldn't even see
yeah,
that.
can't even see it. I had someone at my last card buffet last month squeeze this. So, and I'm
Oh,
sure everybody knows that when you squeeze it, do it on a scrap nut on your card. And I felt so bad for her. I said, "Here, I'll restamp it because I just couldn't let her go home with that card with a big blotch."
blotch of glitter.
Yeah, right. Just doesn't look good, right? Okay, less is always best with the Wink of Stella.
Yep.
Okay, so then we have our little leaves here. So we'll take the dimensionals off of there. And I'm just going to
Just
kind
so
of
pretty.
stick these under here, no rhyme or reason. Okay, but so when you're doing the leaf over on this one over here, you want to make sure that you have it flat because you want it to fit in the envelope. Whoops. And this was the one that I had my dimensional too close to the edge and then it was hanging over and you could see it.
Yeah, you don't want to stick it and have it get stuck on that
Yeah,
bottom layer, that
yeah,
embossed layer.
yeah. We're going to go about right like that. Okay, so isn't that cute? Now we are going to bring in some pearls, the iridescent pearls. I love these. And we are going to take some little ones and we're just going to go here and here. I always like doing 3. Once in a while, you'll catch me doing 2, but for the most part, I really do like doing 3.
3 or 5,
Yeah,
odd number.
yep, odd numbers is the best, right? Okay, so now we have we're going to write our message on this layer, and I'm trying to decide, I think it goes this way. So now we're going to get my glue. I think I have this cut at 5 1/4, so I might have to snip this a little bit. Okay, the right way.
That paper
Okay.
really is pretty, isn't it?
So pretty. I love, love, love this. Like I could probably go through 20 sheets of this, like a full pack just of this. Okay, now I'm going to layer this on.
Yeah, I haven't used the pretzel paper yet, or the
No,
one with the swan,
no,
but
just the one that matches the punch for the one that you did,
yeah.
the inked and tiled. That's nice how that matches up. Okay, and then this is going to go
See, there's
on
place to write a
the
little
back.
message.
Yes.
Always thinking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and the reason I don't put this on first is just because with it being white on the back. Yeah, uh-huh.
So right in
Okay,
some of that ink that's
right,
wet.
yep, yep. Okay, and then we have our envelope all ready to go because we have no naked envelopes. So we have some pretty DSP here. It's been such a long time since I've done this on camera here that I'm like, oh, I hope I cut that right. Okay, and then we're just gonna trim this.
So pretty.
Yes, it is. Thank you. I had fun with this. And you know, it's so easy to do. Like I said, when I did the one using the inked and tile set, when I did that one with the 11 that I had to make, just get on a roll and it went really,
Yeah,
really well.
sometimes that's it.
Yes. Okay.
So
So
pretty,
there
Cathy.
you have it.
You
Woohoo!
did
Okay.
awesome.
All right.
Yay!
Well, there you go. So you keep this
Oh, thank you.
for your
We'll
prize
bring them
for
all
next
back in
week.
at the end.
Yeah.
All right, we ready to do this together?
Oh my goodness. I'm not
I
shaking
think
yet.
so.
I think
We'll
we're
be
good.
good.
We'll be good.
All right,
Our
whoops.
pieces.
Yeah, so we were trying to figure out some inspiration for we were planning our card buffets because we decided this year we're going to try to work smarter
Yes.
and not harder, and we're going to kind of work together on planning our cards for our card buffets. So when Cathy came over, we were so busy doing that we were like, okay, we got to do a third card yet. So we were looking through some of the swaps, and I don't even know because I had this on my display board and then took it out. It didn't have a post-it on it. Must have just been a slip of paper. But look at this cute card with that little bird set. And this opens up and you can tuck a gift card in here. And then this opens up and you can see the other side of the DSP. And you could either stamp something there or you could just write a message. This one is Hi Friend. So depending on what you're sending it for, I could add a little greeting in there. So we decided we were going to demonstrate this fold, but we didn't want to do exactly what this person did. It's a gorgeous card, but you want to see it made with something else. So I'm going to give you your ink pads here.
Okay, thank you.
We opted for the paper that Jay used. So remember when I showed you this beautiful card that I used as my inspiration for my first one? We're going to use this paper because doesn't, like when you're using both sides of the paper, isn't that paper gorgeous together? So that's what we did. So our card base, we used Knight of Navy. So that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 if I cut it correctly.
Yep.
Who knows? We have some boho blue that's 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. This designer paper. Now, we were looking at all the different 12 by 12s because you definitely have to use a 12 by 12 pattern because it has to be 4 inches by 12 inches. And then you're going to score it at 5 1/4 and at 10 1/2. So that's going to go there. We have a scrap of boho blue and we have a scrap of basic white. Then we have our other folding piece. This piece right here that opens up is 8 1/2 by 3 1/4, and we scored it at 4 1/4. And then the other piece of designer paper, so this one has this other designer paper here. We used this pattern from that same DSP. What's it called? Countryside Inn. Yeah. So that's 4 by 3. And we have another piece of 4 by 3 that's in boho blue. And then I think the only thing I have left in here is to decorate our envelope at the end.
Yes.
All right. So the stamps that we ended up choosing, of course, the countryside corners go so nicely with this. And it has the dies. Let's see. I think I put the dies in my little bag here. We took a couple of them out already. And there are 2 of them that we're going to be using. Also going really nicely with this paper is Lasting Joy. This flower looks a lot like that flower right there. And these flowers right here look a lot like those flowers in there. So we're going to use the flowers in here. We opted not to put a greeting on the inside because we thought you could use it for whatever you wanted. We also are going to be using this trust in the Lord with all your heart. We just recently, Kelly, our upline, just recently had a fire at her house. And we were talking that a lot of people were sending gift cards to help them replace things. And if you wanted to make a little holder for it to go in, trust in the Lord with all your heart would be a great greeting to have to go with that gift card holder. So we opted for this one right here because there's a lot of times that people are going through a tough time that you could use that. So those are the stamps that we're using. I have to keep, well, I have to keep this one out. Oh, because I put I put it right in there. And we're using only Knight of Navy ink. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just using this right inside of the case. You could put it on a block or you could
doing that either.
yeah. Well, you can.
Yep.
I think we only have it in the this. What do you call it? In the we don't have it in the photopolymer usually,
No,
so
no.
it sticks pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this on here. I don't need all of it. Oh, shoot. Good thing I have another side. All right, let's see if I can do this. I do have an extra scrap too because I did this when we were making it as well. I said, oh no, I need another sheet of paper. Okay, so UPS man just got here. Guess what came? My Stampin' Up! Order with some of the new online exclusives. So I'll be able to show you those next week. All right, so this is just some scrap paper, some typing paper that I put down there so that I could get that image. And then we're going to take this die. Cathy did all of this before, but through the magic of TV, she did that already for us. Where did my little bag go? Here it is. Nope. I have a little bag with it in. Let's see. Here it is. Keep throwing things around. So
Messy
that's what
stampers.
that's going to look like when you cut that out.
So pretty.
Okay. We have a scrap of boho blue. And we are going to take that greeting. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Okay, it's a little crooked, but it doesn't matter because we're going to take our die and we can just make our die a little bit crooked to cut it out so that it's straight. That's why I cut it or stamp it first and cut it after. And why do I keep misplacing this little bag? Oh, goodness gracious. Right on top of my laptop. So here is that. All right. Then what did we do next, Cathy? We should probably, while we have our ink out, should we stamp?
Yes.
We have to stamp
Yep,
this, right?
Yep.
What did we do there? Oh, here it is, the thing. I'll let you do that if you want.
Okay.
That's on the inside.
The boho blue. Yep. And our stamp.
Oh, here's the stamp. There you go. Oh, and we need this one on the inside of that little other blue, boho blue one.
Okay, so this is just gonna go on the corner down here.
Yeah. Like I said, we decided not to put a greeting on the inside because you could always.
Oh, perfect.
Good job. And then this goes on that little one, right?
Yes.
Up in the corner.
This one right here.
We just thought so that there was a little something with the gift card. It would look nice.
Okay, and try not to get that blue on there. Look at that. I think we're good.
Good job.
Pretty. Gotta get right tight to the edge.
All
there.
right. Okay.
Okay.
So then I think we're done with this, right? I can put this away.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Cathy did such a good job putting the first one together as I was cutting everything. I'm going to let her go ahead and start working on that.
All right. So we are going to glue this. Maybe.
Yep. The glue comes out.
Glue comes out. Got a little wiggle.
I love how those layer each other. I love how that looks on top of each other.
Yep. So nice. Okay. So we have this. And we'll just burnish that. And this is going to go.
I still don't understand why they put rabbits on that paper.
Yeah. The
fox and the rabbits, I'm just not getting.
I don't know. There's got to be some type of a meaning behind that.
It must be. I don't know. If anybody knows why.
Okay. Whoops. And then I already forgot to do something, but we can do this quick.
Oh, yeah.
The ribbon.
Right here. Good catch, Cathy.
Before I glued it on there, right? Okay. So we'll just. Oh, here's my scissors. Okay, so we're done with that. So I am going to do my famous tear and tape here.
Good idea.
I love using this. Did I tell you that I accidentally bought like 12 rolls of this? Like I wanted 2
So instead of changing the one to the two, you added the two after the one.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yep.
done that before.
Yeah.
At least I've never done it with a stamp set. So.
Oh, and and I didn't even, somebody said, well, didn't you like catch yourself like when you were like the total or whatever? I'm like, nope, just didn't phase me. So yeah, and I think I'm only down to like, look at that. I'm only down to like two that I have left.
So,
So.
those would be good prizes to give away for something.
And I have, yep.
Perfect. Because who wouldn't
Okay.
want a roll of tear and tape, right?
Right,
All the
right.
things that you need for
Yeah.
stamping.
Let's just re-glue this here to the end of mine. Okay, now we can put this on here.
I love how there's two sides to the paper, and then
Yep.
they all match each other in the
Yes, it
back.
is so nice.
So
Okay,
fun.
now we're going to do dimensionals on, what do we do with our dimensionals? Oh, here we go. Oh, a brand new pair or pack.
Ooh, Virgin pack.
Yes, Virgin Dimensionals. I just ordered like 10 packs of this because my last card buffet, I literally had one. Literally had one pack left over. That and envelopes. Oh my gosh. Matter of fact, Sarah came to the rescue. I never, ever, ever, since I've been a demonstrator in 18 years, I've only overnighted one order. And I thought, I need envelopes. I totally forgot and had it all. The order was placed on time and it didn't come. And it came then on Friday, which was good because I had my card buffet on Saturday. And guess what was missing from the order?
Envelopes.
My 5 packs of envelopes. I'm like, Sarah, can you help a girl out? So she came to my rescue. Okay, so do we have our little flowers?
We
have
do.
some little mini
So
flowers.
we were looking at
What
this is
dies
the Dainty Details, I think is what it's called, right?
check out
Dainty.
these dies. Aren't they pretty? And they just look like they match so many of the pretty flowers in here.
Yeah, so we cut some out in
Yep.
both
Yeah.
boho blue and night of navy.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the dies. So
Yeah.
put that away because I've been
Perfect.
doing a good job on losing dies lately. I tell ya.
Dainty Delight is called.
So
it's
pretty.
this set right here that has those.
So pretty.
Yeah, and we would all of a sudden I'm like going through all my dies and I'm like, there's got to be a die here with a flower that's going to work, just to add a little bit of something to the corner of that, just to add a little character.
There we go.
Is that glue almost gone?
I think
or just being stubborn.
I think it's almost gone.
Almost gone.
Okay, well.
Yeah, we looked at the paper florist flowers, but they were all just a little bit too big.
Too big.
All
Okay,
right.
you guys are gonna love this at the end. It is.
Yeah, we were so proud of ourselves when we were
Yes.
like, okay, we threw that together really fast after we struggled with like every kind of 12 by 12 paper that was there, trying to find two sides that we thought would look good. Besides, we don't want to use the same paper that she, as cute as that is, we're like, well, we've got to show some versatility, some other paper that you could use.
So look at how many you can make. So many more. Use those for something else because those are really pretty flowers. Okay, so now we are going to, now what are we going to do? Let's put the little pearls on them.
There we go. Yep, we'll get that done too. There you go.
So pretty. Yeah, these are what I used on my card.
Yeah, they're so versatile. They can be used for so many different things.
Yes.
Looks good with that.
Yes.
We had a couple of different options for gems, and that's what we decided on.
Could use the iridescent rhinestones would look well on that too, because I think those are small enough. They definitely have to be small enough.
Something small.
Yes. Okay, so now we got our so we have our base here. So I think that's our next step here, right?
Yeah, we can put this on the inside probably too.
Okay, yep. Okay, but that goes inside here, right? Okay, so
up here.
Yep. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. So is that this way?
Yep.
Right.
Yes, there you
Okay,
go.
there we go. I folded it the wrong way. Okay, thanks, Sarah.
Yeah,
Okay, so now this, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Look at it. I'm just getting all turned around here.
that's right. I'm over your shoulder and that could be nerve-wracking.
That's fine. That's
We decided that we work really well together.
we do.
I
We
mean,
do.
at 5:30 we didn't have a
Yes.
plan, and by like I think it was 6 o'clock, we
Yeah,
had a
because
card, this
yeah,
card all put
yep, yep.
together, and we
It
were
was really
both
quick.
of us were just kind of grabbing different things and
Yep.
looking at different things, and it really came
Okay.
together.
Okay. So yep. So now we're gonna go ahead and glue this on. Are we doing okay here?
You're
Any
doing great.
comments?
Hmm, somebody loves the stamp set. Loves the stamp. She loves that it's so versatile. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was wanting to try the last card that you made. You did such a good job,
Oh,
Kathy.
yay. It is really, really easy.
Look
Okay.
at that.
Right. So we have that, and then this goes in here like this.
So you have a place to write or
Yeah.
stamp a message once you know what you're sending it for.
Right. You know, when I first started stamping, I always, whenever I would do the card, I would always put the sentiment on the inside. And then I found that those are the cards that sit there because I'm like, well, I want to send this to, Susie. And it's just like, well, I can't put, you know what I mean? That message
Yep.
inside just
Yep.
doesn't fit for what I want to say to
I
Susie.
find that
And
a lot
so,
with thank yous. Like
yes.
some of the greetings that you have for thank you, some of them
Yep.
is like, that was so kind of you. Well, maybe it's not something that was kind of them. Maybe it was
Right.
just, you know what I mean? So
Yep. Yep.
sometimes the greetings that you put on the inside, they do end up sitting there until it's the
Right.
right occasion.
Right.
So just
Exactly.
a thank you is
Yep.
sometimes better.
Right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little strip of tear and tape on the side here.
To make a little pocket.
Yep, we're making a little pocket. Okay. I have no nails. We were up north and I don't know what happened, but all my nails broke.
I usually don't have very.
Yeah.
Some of my nails are a little bit longer than others, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yep, no, I don't either. Okay, so now we have that. Isn't that pretty? So now let's put this in here. Okay, so this is going to tuck in here like this and come down like that. Right?
Yay, yeah.
Okay, so I always like doing my little dry fit and it tucks in there really nice. So I'm just going to put my glue, probably the last little bit in here, and then carefully tuck that in there. And then I just kind of went like that, making sure that I'm even all the way around and then press down. Okay, and then we have our gift card. And look at that. Voila! How pretty is that? Okay, you want to do the envelope?
Oh, I can do the envelope. We're going to do the
Okay.
exact same thing that Kathy did with hers and just add some of that paper to the back of our envelope. You could also, if you didn't want to use more of the paper, you could always stamp that flower image that we put on the inside of the card, either one of them. Is this supposed to be ribbon and I'm cutting paper? Sorry.
No,
Okay.
nope. I just have two
I just
scissors.
noticed this
Nope.
isn't mine.
Yeah, nope. My ribbon scissors is on my desk.
All right. So there we have that. So there is our gift card. Okay, opens like that. Write your greeting on the inside. We had our double box fold card that Kathy designed. It was so beautiful. That can just stand right up for the person to display. And then the other one that used both sides of the piece of paper,
Love that.
and that was again um, inspired by the beautiful card that Jay Shante made. I don't know who to give credit for this card, but this was the inspiration that we had for our gift card holder. So
Very
those are
nice.
our three cards. Oh, let's
Yay.
see. Joining late, Amanda. Oh, Amanda, you won. I think was Amanda the
Yes,
winner? I think
I
she
think
was
so.
the
Shuffle.
winner.
Yep, yep.
Oh, thanks, you guys. Yeah, we love gift card holders too. Thanks, Jay, for
Yes.
joining us. Let's see here. We'll come back to you. I gotta find there we are. I think
Woohoo.
our words are still probably off. It looks like we're kind of jumpy tonight. I don't know if it's an internet connection or what it might be. I kind of feel like we're jumping around here a little bit. So thank you so much, Cathy,
This
for
was so
joining me.
much
It was so
fun.
fun. Yeah, we got to do it
Yes,
again.
yes, definitely,
And
definitely.
nothing got disconnected. I don't think our words were on, but that's all right.
Yeah,
That's not the worst thing. So it
yes,
was our pleasure to be with you tonight. I
yes.
hope that we inspired you to do some creating on your own. That's what this is
Mm-hmm.
all about. Reminder of bonus days going on. Um, shop now and then you can shop later as well.
Yeah,
I know they always get me at Kohl's with that,
yeah,
come in and spend $50 and you get a $5, and then
yeah.
sometimes I forget the $5 coupon and never use it.
I
So
always use mine.
do you?
My friend Katie told me, she goes, you know what? You just never let them go to waste. You can always use towels, right?
That's
Kitchen
true.
towels.
Or
Yep.
socks
Yep,
or
yep,
underwear.
yep, yep.
Something, right?
Yep.
All
And you can
right.
always use stamping supplies. Like you're
Yeah, there you
always going to
go.
need glue. You're always going to need
Paper.
cardstock, everything. So yeah,
Yep.
$5 is $5.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again.
No
And thank all
problem.
of you for watching
Thank
as
you.
well. And beautiful card, Cathy. And
Mhm.
I will be back again next week, Tuesday, at the same time. Hopefully, if we did have problems with everything matching up, that it will work next time. So, anyhow, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you